Alrighty, guys. Thanks for joining me. This is your host, Tiny Jester. We're in Tabletop Simulator, and we're going to be trying out a nice, super cool tutorial scenario from White Star Rising, which is part of the Nations at War series by Lock and Load Publishing. So, really getting into this game. The more I look at it, the more I read about it, the more I watch, the more I play, I'm like, wow, this is a really, really interesting game. Really, really getting into it. I've enjoyed their Lock and Load Tactical, which I'm, more of a tactical kind of guy. And I didn't think I would enjoy this as much as I do, but the more I look at it, the more I realize, man, this is a pretty good game, and I'm gonna have to pick me up a couple of the series for the Nations at War from Lock and Load Publishing. So, White Star Rising, yeah. So that's sort of the scenario we're going to be doing. Steeler fan, what's going on? Viper Dave, how you guys doing? Good to see you. So I've got the tutorial scenario set up here on our map board, as you can see here, and super cool, nice little background that we have going on here, like in the middle of the forest, so we can kind of get the ambiance of what's going on here. So let's take a look at this scenario and take a look. So one of the cool things is we have the White Star Rising module booklet in the game, so if we have any questions or anything, we can no, not do that. That would not be cool. We would like it set up like it was. That was awesome. Come on, flip back over. Come on, flip back over. Come on, you can do it. Wow. Epic failure on my part, I guess, huh? I was just trying to have it super cool and set up for you guys, but that didn't quite happen, did it? Come on, spin around for me. Okay. Well, all that time setting it up for nothing, I guess. I guess I should have walked it in place or something. Oh, so funny. Come on, now fall forward. Come on, fall forward. Trying to grab it when it gets to a good position, but it's not being very helpful, is it? Come on, spin around. Nope, not really. Oh, that's my fault for moving it out of the way. Alright, that's alright. That's no big deal. We can just leave it on the map board over here. That's fine. I do like it positioned up, though. Would be nicer. There. It's not too bad. There we go. Alright. Now, can I lock that in position? I can try to lock it. There we go. Now it's not going anywhere. Should have done that to begin with. Alright. Anywho's, after that little miscommunication there between me and the manual, it's super cool that we do have the 3rd edition module book here, and we can go in and check out all the rules and kind of learn as we go, I guess is the best way to put it. Alrighty, so I did rearrange the table. If you are getting onto Tabletop Simulator and you're downloading the White Star Rising module for Tabletop Simulator, I did rearrange things. Yours will be slightly different than my here. Anyways, let's take a look at this scenario. This is a tutorial scenario. No bridge too far. October 1944. A German recon force sent ahead of the main convoy needs to secure a bridge inside the town of Saint-Pierre-la-Riviere. Saint-Pierre-la-Riviere. A band of feisty Americans plan to protect their bridge at all costs. The Germans hope to wipe out any resistance and secure a vital supply line that will be needed to support their forces. So I guess it's created by Sean Derlinger. Americans set up first in the town hex and are shown in these positions, which are going to be here. So we have the headquarters units. We have an infantry unit and an AT gun in this position here. And of course we can use the new exploder stack, which is super cool. So if you want to see what's in, you don't actually have to move counters anymore. An infantry unit there, an infantry unit there, and an M4 105 down here in 06. First thing I have to say is look at how nice these counters look. Man, they look so good. And the map, wonderful. Just wonderful. Anyways, really nice. All right, so they set up first in the town hexes, and they shown in these positions. Then we, of course, we have units for the Germans. They're going to set up in their own hexes, and they're going to set up over here. So we have this headquarter unit, and with the headquarter unit is going to be a Puma, and then we have a Aflak ABT4, and we have another Puma down there, and another Aklaf Abbott 4 as well down there. And they're assaulting these units over here. Alrighty, scenario essentials. Use map board 2. Hex row is to the north end. 6 turns. Use 2 end turn markers in the cup. Capture 1 bridge hex within the town. Any other result is an American victory. So we need to get O3, P5, or P6. Any one of those for a victory for the Germans. So in our little formation draw cup, which we will lock that in position back. All right. So we have the German headquarter unit. We have an end turn marker, another end turn marker, and of course we have the American headquarter unit. In this scenario, very easy scenario, it's just one formation and one formation, so you won't have multiples in there. So let's go ahead and put these back in the bag. In the bag, I said. In the bag. There you go. Alright, then we can shuffle the bag up. Shuffle it up, shuffle it up, shuffle it up. Now, the cool thing is, well, there's a lot of cool things. Another thing is we have the actual, if we get back to page number 1 here, we have the actual Nations at War rule book ready to go for us. So we can look through this if we have any questions on the rules, which I'm sure we will. I'm certainly not an expert at this game. If you're looking for a tutorial on expertise play on this, I would not be the person to give that to you. I am very familiar with a lot of the lock and load games, more with their squad level tactical lock and load tactical system. This seems just a step up, and through reading through the rules, seems pretty reasonable, simple to comprehend. But the other thing that's super cool is they actually have a walkthrough for this scenario. So we're going to go through the walkthrough step by step so you can learn the procedure just like I do. Now, alrighty, so we're going to basically use this as our guide. There is one bit of confusion that I want to clear up here. So you can see under number 5 there, it says the fourth phase is the perform fire missions. The Germans have been issued one fire mission and decide to target hex N5. And blah, blah, blah. It gives a bunch of information. But you will notice on the scenario card, they did not list this. So I already got an email into the original Grognard a couple of days ago when I was setting up this scenario, just to ask him about it. And yes, it is true. There is a typo. They forgot to put the actual fire mission the Germans have on the scenario card. So if you are downloading this and trying it out for yourself, just be aware that the Germans do have this fire mission that is not listed on the scenario card, unfortunately. So, all right, so we're going to go through the walkthrough step by step. Again, I am certainly not an expert at this game. I think we can learn it together, and I think just having someone like myself that is kind of new to the system and trying it out might inspire others out there that are like, hey, I don't know much about this system, and if IG Jester can play it, I could probably play it. So over here on the corner here, we got the White Star Rising train effect chart, if we need that. We also have the Chaos table. And we also have the counter train effects for the different anti-tank ditches, wire, wrecks, improved position, and mines. All right. So almost everything, everything you're going to need is right here on the table for you to play this scenario. All right, so let's get to it and try it out. Itarian Hobbyists. The scenario is No Bridge Too Far, October 1944. Germans are going to be trying to take over the town of Saint-Pierre-la-Riviere. Saint-Pierre-la-Riviere. Something like that. And the Americans are trying to keep the Germans away from the bridge. So we do have the solo assistant, but I think for ease of play, I'm probably not going to use that. We're just going to, like I said, go through the tutorial and try it out. So we got the turn track on number 6. As it says, this is a 6-turn scenario. We have the 2 end turn markers in the formation draw cup. We also have the 2/16th formation marker and the Aflunk ABT4 formation marker as well. So let's go through it. Step number 1. Place all loose blah 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 into the cup. We did that. Check. Number 1. The German player activates first, pulling out the German Aflunk 4 formation marker. So what you would do in a normal situation is you would reach into your bag and draw out a formation marker. If it's the end turn marker, you would draw another one. Hey, we drew it out. I didn't even have to undo this. That's great. So the German player gets to activate his unit, or his units, for this formation. Beautiful. All right. The first phase is to remove admin markers from the previous turn. Since this is the first turn, we'll skip that. Second phase is to check command status. So let's check command status. So the command for the headquarters is down there in the bottom left-hand corner with the little lightning bolt. It's 4. So everybody within 4 hexes, or every unit of this platoon that was within 4 hexes of the headquarters is automatically in command. 1, 2, 3. Yep, everyone's in command. If for some reason somebody was more than 4 away, you would have to check for command on that unit. So, we check command, and everyone is in command. Third phase is to perform rallies. We don't need to rally anyone, so let's move on to the 5th phase. 5th phase is to perform our fire mission, which again is not listed in the scenario, but according to the original Grognard, it was missed, and it should be there, so we will assume it is. And so the Germans have been issued a fire mission and decide to target Hex N5. Alright, so let's take out a counter here, and we'll just put it right there.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Hey Alexa, shut up. Alright, so we're going to check line of sight from our activated headquarters. So does our headquarters, which happens to be on the hill here, if we move this unit, you can see it's on a hill. You can see down into this hex. Nothing is blocking its line of sight, so line of sight is good. We're going to roll a D6 to see if the artillery barrage is on target. So you can see it references a couple rules there, 3.4.3 and 10.2. So if we quickly just go to our White Star Manual rule book, we go to, oh, that's not the rule book. Over here's the rule book. Right, what I'm going to do with the rule book here, so I'm actually going to unlock it, move it up there, rotate it so it'll be easier for us to get access to, and then I will lock it again. Alright, so I'm going to get to page, or rule number 10, and let's look at rule number 10 there, and we can see on the right hand side there, first paragraph up on the right hand side, it says determine if the artillery fire mission is on target by rolling a d6. On a roll of 2 to 6, the fire mission hits the target location. On a roll of 1, the fire mission is ineffective and does not impact the board. Alright. Artillery fire missions affect all units in the hex and all 6 hexes adjacent to the hex. Roll individually for each hex, not unit. Resolve of the fire mission depends on the fire type. Headquarters that can call artillery are not marked with an ops complete marker. Artillery fire missions for artillery or mortars can only be performed during the perform fire mission phase. Alright, so we just learned. So we now know this said to roll a d6 to see if the artillery barrage is on target. So we got to roll a d6. And in this case, we don't want to roll 1, we want it on target. Tyrion Hobbyists. This is a good game for someone that is new to wargaming, says Arnold Hunter. Thank you. Tyrion Hobbyist says, I think it's also a good game to transition a mini player to hex encounters because the combat system is similar to many miniature games. Alright, so we are going to roll this dice, a German dice. We don't want to see a 1, we want this sucker on target, and we got a 4. Alright, so our artillery mission is on target. That's good. So, check damage on the units within the blast zone. The target hex along with the 6 surrounding hexes. Start with hex 05. Roll 3 dice for the number of the firepower. Hits on 4 plus are rolled. Alright, so we're going to roll 3 dice, and any hits on the 2 to 4, I'm sorry, 4 or higher will score a hit. Alright, so 05. We'll start at 05 then. So right there where we targeted. So we're going to roll 3 dice. So we'll put 3 dice in our little cup there. And super cool, they have this little button there, so all I have to do is just click the button and I'll roll all the dice. And coming in, Americans ducking their heads. IGJ register rolled a 2, 6, 6, so we need 4 or higher, so we got 2 hits in that location. Alright, so let's see what happens. The infantry in hex 05 now needs to roll to see if it survives. Alright, so let's go check out our board over here real quick, just to show you guys how this works. So they are in a city hex, and you can see under city hex, defensive bonus is 2 6-sided dice for soft targets, 1 for hard targets. So the infantry is going to get 2 6-sided dice to try and resist our attacks. So let's go back over here and press the right button. There we go. Oops. All right, so number 7, the infantry in hex 05 will roll to see if it survives. Since they're in a town hex, they will receive its defensive bonus of 2 and need 5+ to survive and cancel hits. So we got 2 hits on that unit. Let's see if the buildings help them. So they're going to roll 2 dice. Any 5s or 6s will cancel hits. So we will roll the dice to see what we get. They rolled a 5 and a 4. They rolled a 5 and a 4, which means they canceled one of our hits, but the other hit gets through. And that actually is going to end up doing the same thing as they do in the walkthrough. So in their example, they rolled a 3 to 5. 1 hit is canceled, but 1 is not. The infantry in hex 05 is now disrupted. So that's exactly what ended up happening with us, is we disrupted this unit there. So let's bring over a disrupted counter. Place that right on top of him. Alright, so first attack in the books. The same procedure yields to... So we got to go to N5 now. Let's see. N5. That's going to be... Oh, wait. Which hex was that? Oh, that was 05. Oh, okay, so I'm sorry. We did this one first. Now we're going to do this hex, N5. I guess we're starting this way and going up this way. Alright. It's going to do the same procedure, blah, blah, blah. Okay, same procedure, because it's infantry unit. We're going to roll our 3 dice. Oh, get up. Hang on, there we go. Alright, once again, we have a 5 and a 6 hit and a 3, which is misses. The infantry unit is in a city hex, so we already know that means he gets to roll 2 defensive dice. 5 and 6 will cancel. Where's the button? There it is. Cancel hits, so let's see if the... Oh, come on now. Get up in the air. There you go. Bounce them around a little bit, see what we got. A 2 and a 5. So once again, he cancels one of our hits, but the other hit gets through. First hit will always disrupt an enemy. If a second hit would cause them to be casualty reduced. So we will put that there. And so we did the second one. Let's see what happens now. The same procedure yields 2 hits and N5. So the infantry, blah, blah, blah. Hex N4 also receives 200 hits and fails to save against any hits. There are 2 platoons there, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing here. These units here are in a town hex again. Let's see if we can bomb these guys and get some more good. Let's get 3 results this time. 3 big results. Ugh, a 1, a 3, and a 6. So we only got 1 hit. And they are in a wood egg, or in a building egg. So they're going to get 2 defensive dice. Oh, when they blocked our hit. So we had 1 hit and 1 blocked. So no damage to these guys at all, which is unfortunate. Alright, so we are down to step number 11. Because there's a headquarter present with 2 platoons, you must see if it survives. Roll a d6. 2, 5, 6, 2 is the rule there. 2, 5, 6, 2. We can just pop over here and go to 2562 real quick. 2562. 2. Headquarters in combat. Headquarter cannot attack an enemy directly or in any type of combat, but it can improve the effectiveness of a unit. Add their leadership modifier, blah, 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 to anyone from the unit or formation in which it is stacked. Right? Headquarter units may not be directly targeted by an attack. However, a headquarter can be affected by an attack on a unit which is stacked with. If an attack is made on a unit and the headquarter exists in the hex and the result is a disruption or reduction to the unit, a check is conducted to see if the headquarters is impacted. Roll a d6. On a 2 to 6, the headquarters is unaffected. If the result is a 1, you're going to flip the headquarters to its reduced side. If the headquarters is already reduced, eliminate the headquarters from the game. If 2 units of the same formation are stacked with the headquarters and 1 unit is eliminated, make the same check as the disruption reduction test, but subtract 2 from the die roll. On a roll of 1 or less, the headquarters flip to its reduced side. If already reduced, the headquarters is eliminated. If all units stacked with the headquarters are eliminated during the attack, the headquarters is also eliminated. There you go. Now we learned a whole bunch of good stuff, didn't we? Ha ha ha. Alright, so let's see. We're going over here. There we go. So we didn't do any damage to that hex with the headquarters, so we don't have to go through step 11. Step 12. This attack was devastating for the U.S. Well, our attack was not as much as the walkthrough. We only ended up disrupting a couple units, which is kind of unfortunate. In the actual example, they ended up reducing a unit with the headquarters. The German player now performs his operations. The Puma unit, containing the headquarters, will fire at the M4 105 in Hex 06. So let's take a look at this unit right here. We're just going to put this guy just aside for just a second here. There we go. Alright, so you guys might be wondering what all these little fancy numbers are up there. Let's see if they don't have it there. Alright, well, we'll have to get out the big boy book. Alrighty, so you can see down there in the bottom left here, in the AFV full strength unit counter, you can see in the top left, it has its AP firepower. First number is its range. Second number is its firepower, which basically equals how many dice it rolls. And then the third number is going to be its 2-hit number. So that's the number it needs to roll or higher to score hits. It'll be the same on the bottom left of the counter, except for that's HE firepower. On the right side of the counter will be its armor value. And then in the bottom right-hand corner is its assault factors. And then in the middle of the bottom, it will be its movement factors. So if we look at the Puma, let's look at the Puma. So this Puma has got a range of 4. It's going to throw 2 dice and it needs 5 or higher for hits. If it has range and line of sight. So let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa! 5, 6. It's 6 spaces away. Right? So there's a rule about that. Let's see if it references it. Let's flip this over to the other side. I have to unlock it first, and then I can flip it. There we go. All right, the Puma's range is 4. It's the number in the upper left on the red numbers, and the target is 6 hexes away. The Puma can still fire, but it's using extended range. The firepower of the Puma is 2. That's the red number, and the 2-hit is a 5. The 2-hit will be increased to 5, increased to fire at extended range. You can add 2 extra firepower dice to the attack from the headquarters being with the unit. Total dice to roll is 4, needing 6s. So for you guys that don't quite comprehend what we just went through there. So whenever if this Puma was shooting in range of 4 or less, it would use 2 dice and need 5s to hit. If you're shooting at longer range, extended range, So basically 5, 6, 7, or 8 hexes away. Instead of 5s or higher, you need 6 or higher. Then we get a bonus because we're in this hex with the headquarter. And that bonus is is that little dice number there, and it shows 2. So we get 2 bonus dice for being with the headquarters. So 2 dice, needing 5s, we go to 6s because of extended range. And we get to add 2 dice because of the headquarters. So because it's 4 dice, but we need 6s and only 6s to score hits here. So we need some big fat 6s. Big fat 6s coming up here. Sixes! It's a 1, 2, 3, 5. Oh boy. Hey, 304, what's going on, buddy? Tony says, hey, Russ Swordsman Wargamer made me buy this with his playthrough. Hopefully you're happy with it, because it seems to me like a really solid, good, fun game. But dice are not my friends tonight, it doesn't look like, because we just botched that up pretty good. So the firepower of the Puma, we did that. Number 17, count up the number of hits. 0. That was easy. So the M4 105 would now see if it survived any of its hits. And the way it would do that, it would check its armor value, which is again on the right side of the counter in the top. He would roll 3 dice and he would need 6s, and each 6 would cancel a hit. So if we had 2 hits on him, he rolled 2 6s, he would cancel that. But we didn't hit him, so it doesn't matter. Place an ops complete marker on the Puma that just attacked. Now let's try moving some units. Alright, so let's put an ops complete marker, which I don't actually have those counters out for some reason. Ops complete. What I'm going to do here is clone it. I'm going to put it back in there so in case I need it, I'll have a copy of it. And we'll bring up our little ops complete marker up here. Actually, we're pretty much done with the barrages, so we can move that out of the way. We'll bring this in there. And we'll clone it. There we go. And we got our things we drew out of the bag. Good. Alright, so we got an ops complete. Over here somewhere. Here we are. Plunk. Okay, let's go on. Move the German half-track in I-5 through J5 to K5. I-5, J5, K5. Alright, so we have this Puma. J5, K5. It's moving. Look how beautiful these counters are. Man, look at that. Really cool looking counters. Really good. And they even look better when, they would even look good when you're zoomed out, but they look really good when you zoom in. That's really good. Alright, so we moved it up. Sure, what do we do now? The American player decides to attack with opportunity fire at the half-track with the M4 105 in J5 before it moves. In J5 before it moves to K5. Back up the half-track to J5. Okay. So as it's moving up, the American says, wait, I'm going to shoot. So let's take a look. He has a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he should have waited. He's going to be shooting at long range too, isn't he? Roll an attack for the M4 105. Resolve the attack yourself. What? Not going to give us any help. All right. Range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. 2. So it's going to be extended range. So he's going to go 2 dice, needing 6s. That's what the red, again, always tells you the number of dice. And then the number on the right side shows you the 2 hit number. So it's 5 plus 1. Because of the extended range, he needs 6s. So he's going to take a shot. Let's see what happens. Oh, he got a hit. He got a hit. So he got 1 hit there. Oh, that was the 3. Sorry. It didn't mean to roll it again. I just meant to move it out of the way. All right, so now the Puma here, or it's not a Puma, it's a Akflip ABT4, sure. It's got 1 dice, and it needs a 6. 1 dice, it needs a 6. So not a lot of armor on this guy, huh? Let's see if we can resist it. We need a 6, we need a 6, we need a 6! 6! Look at that. Awesome. Alright, so. Let's see, where are we? 25. Place an ops complete marker on the M4 105. We can do that. Bloop. Blink. Even their ops complete counter, look at that. Looks exceptionally good. Huh. All right. That was 26. Or that was, 27. Now, move the good order Puma within 4 hexes of the M4 105. Actually, does he continue moving? Let's see. Yeah, I think he continues his move to K5 and then stops. And he, I believe, should get an ops. No, wait. Should he? Well, let's see. What does it say? Roll an attack, right? Place an up marker on the M4. If the hack track survives, continue move. Oh, there we are, 26. I must have missed it. If the hack track survives, continue moving to K5. Costs of 2 movement points. And then unload the German infantry. Flip the hack track counter over to its infantry, paying 3 movement points from the infantry side of the counter. So flip it. Bloop. No. No. Wait. What? Wait. What? If the hand track survives, continue moving to K5. Cost of 2 movement points. Yes, because it costs him 1 to move there, and then 1 to move there, right? And then unload the German infantry. Flip the hack track counter over to its infantry, paying 3 movement points for the infantry side of the counter. Do I have the wrong counter? Because that doesn't look like infantry to me. Maybe I need to get them out of the bag. Let's see, we're a German unit here. Infantry. Oops. Let's do like this. Okay, I think these guys all have the orange band. Let's see if there's a German unit here with the orange band. That would probably... There's an orange band right there. Alright. Oh, let's make a clone of this. Go away. Yeah, let's put that back in there so we don't... let's see. Yep. Put them back in there in case we need to bring out another one. So I think the normal counter, if you have like the board game, you would flip it over, and this would be on the back side of it, I believe. Is the infantry unload. So we're just going to slide that up there for now. Alright, point ops, complete marker on the unloaded German infantry. That's what I thought. Bloop, done. Alright. Now, move the good order Puma within 4 hexes of the M4105. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now move the other good order half track to the same hex as the move Puma and unload if it has enough moving points left. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then it's going to unload as well for 3 moving points. It does have enough moving points. It has 8 there. So we're going to need a copy of this thing here. So we'll clone that, and then we're going to put another clone over there just in case we need another one. We'll probably won't, but just in case. Alright, so it's going to unload from the half track there. Bloop, bloop. I love how they... just the noise. Sounds like you're playing with like real chips, right? That's awesome. Alright, the Germans are now done. Draw a new chit from the cup. In this case, and for the sake of teaching game, pick the American formation out of the cup. Remove all ops complete markers. Now try to rally your disrupted units. Roll 2d6 for the infantry in 05. You need a result of 6. It's a morale value of the US 2/16 or lower to recover. Repeat, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's going to be it for the German activation. Right? So now we're going to draw another marker out of the cup. And it's the 2/16. Look at that. Oh my god, almost like we planned it. Alright, so they get to activate now. So, remove all ops complete markers. So this guy is no longer ops complete because it got to activate. And now we can try to rally these guys. So we look at the units morale there for the headquarters. It shows there is 6 in the top right hand corner. That's the morale of the unit. So we need to roll a 6 or less on 2d6. Roll morale, subtract for the headquarter bonus. Oops. You can now take it from here. Remember, the Germans must capture one. Oh yeah, okay. So that was not a lot of help, was it? All right, so let's try and rally this unit here in 05. So he needs 6 or less. Get out of the way so I can get to the button. 6 or less. He gets no bonuses because he's not with the headquarter or anything. He rolled a 10, so he does not rally. This unit here in N5, he will try to rally now. Oh, that 1 fell and then it turned from a 1 to a 5. So it does not rally either. So they stay disrupted. Now, it's up to the units that are left to do something. So, we have infantry and a Puma there. And we have just the infantry there. So this guy's going to shoot at the Puma. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes away. No line of sight issue there. Good, good, good. 2 dice needs 5 or higher. 5 or higher. Hey Steve, how you doing? Am I still doing the Africa campaign? What was the Africa campaign? Remind me. What are we talking about? The Africa? Oh yeah. The lock and load tactical. Yeah. Absolutely. So that is a 5 and a 2. So we got 1 hit. So the Puma. I think the Puma was a 1 dice. It needs a 6. The 1 dice needs a 6. Yeah, I'm going to still do the North Africa campaign from the Lock and Load Tactical. Absolutely. Oh, 6. So he resisted the attack. Bounced right off his vehicle and did no damage. So that guy is not disrupted, by the way. That guy is just ops completed. Now, what do we have over here again? We have an infantry unit. It can shoot up to 2 spaces away. Alright, and we have an AT gun. Wow, this AT gun, 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to take a shot at the... Alright, so we need to check a rule here, right? So let's check a rule. The headquarter bonus, does it go to everyone in the hex or just 1 unit? Sometimes. Let's see here. Let's look up in the index here. Any chance for other games like Advanced Squad Leader on Tabletop Sim? Yeah, I got a whole bunch. I got a lot. Yeah, so we'll be doing some. I can't do them all at the same time, but we'll be doing some. For sure. What I'm looking for is leader bonuses. Leaders 10.5. Well, let's see if 10.5 brings us any fruit. 10.4, 10.5, okay. Alright, leaders add the leadership to all attack rolls by the platoon, and the platoon uses the leader's morale to resolve, okay. Oh no, that's a leader. I want the headquarters, sorry. Leaders are different than headquarters, right. Headquarter units, headquarters, 13, 2.56. Oh, see, there you go. Down there in the bottom right-hand corner. It says headquarters and their leadership modifier to the AP or HE firepower or assault factors, if assaulting, of any one, in capital letters, one friendly platoon in its formation with which it's stacked. So yeah, we're going to have to make a decision here as the Americans. Do we add it to the AP firepower of the anti-tank gun, or do we add it to the firepower of the infantry? I think it's more important. We can do some more damage. Yeah. So the headquarters is going to give us bonus to the. We're going to. We're going to do the normal move the stack kind of thing. All right, so range is 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's in range. We can see them. They're not on back behind the thing. So that's good. He's going to add 2 dice. So we got 5 dice. We need 4s or higher. Wow. Holy cow, the Germans have no chance here. No chance whatsoever. 3 plus 2 for the headquarters is 5 dice. Needs 4 or higher. That's going to be brutal for the Germans up there on the hill. Steve says, thanks, games are great, but they can be overwhelming for most. We can learn by watching someone like yourself. Most appreciated. No problem. That's what I'm here for, buddy. That's what I'm here for. All right, so let's... No, I didn't roll that. Come on now. Let's see what the Americans can do. If they get a couple hits, this could be the end of the Germans right here, right now. Wow! 4 3s and a 6 have saved the Germans. Holy cow. So they only got 1 hit. And the Puma has 1 chance of getting it. He's got 1 dice and he needs a 6. He needs to resist that hit. Oh, he rolled a 6 again. Unbelievable. The Germans survived that attack. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now the let's see. This is the infantry unit. So the infantry can shoot at the soft target. Range of 2, 1, 2. So it's going to be long range. So it's going to be 2 dice, and he's going to need 6s. 2 dices, and he's going to need 6s. 2 dice. Thank you. All right, let's see if he gets any 6s here. No, he does not. That's going to do it for them. The other 2 units are disrupted. So I don't believe disrupted units can do a whole heck of a lot. Well, let's look. You can see there's not many rules to this system. It's actually pretty reasonable. So we want, what do we want? We want, probably under combat. What's it called? It's called, disrupted. Couldn't think of the name of it. Disrupted. Let's see if we can find disrupted there. Disrupted. Where are you, Mr. Disrupted Man? How am I missing it? That's what I want to know. Oh, come on, come on. Where are you? That's it. I mean, there's only like two. It's got to be there. Where am I? Why? How am I missing it? That's what I don't understand. How can I be so... I mean, it might be under morale. Let's check. Disrupted units are disorganized by enemy fire, and their ability to wage war is severely restricted. Yes, I know it's severely restricted, but how restricted is it? Chimic command, perform rallies, higher missions, operations, movement, right. Wow, really? Such an important thing, you would think. It would be on every page. Headquarters cannot be disrupted. That's good to know. I'm going to assume when they're disrupted, they can't do anything. Move or fire. I'll have to check on that later, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be it. So the Americans are done. So we would draw the last formation out of the bag, and it's the end turn marker. Once you draw the second end turn marker, that ends the turn. So we will go down to turn number 5. Then there's some rules on if, for example, you draw the end turn marker, and then you draw, say, the German, and then you draw the other end turn marker, then the Americans didn't get to go, so they will automatically get to go in the next turn. There's some rules on all that. But in this case, everyone did get to go. Put all our things back in the bag. Shuffle it up a few times. Good, good, good. All right. So, down to turn 6. Or, I'm sorry, turn number 5. All kinds of super cool counters, that's for sure. You see there's infantry, armored infantry, motorized infantry, armored recon, engineers, paratroopers, anti-tank guns, mortars, flak, transports, support weapons, recon units, attached units, anti-air units, augmented ability units, limited range special loadout units. So there's definitely lots of, it's not just all infantry and tanks, there's a lot of others. There's even planes in there. I saw a plane. Where did I see a plane at? Right, here's a plane on this page. It shows an icon of a plane there. Okay, so let's go to the next turn. Oh, what I was looking for is like a sequence of play here. Let's see if there's maybe on the back. In the back. Oh, you know what? This might have helped. Let's just look back here for disruption. Let's use some of these wonderful charts we have over here for... Let's see what we have here. Nothing there. Doesn't look like much over there either. Okay. Good to know. So, let's draw one on the bag. I think we know the steps, but I just wanted to like see if they had a turn track, formation cards, battle generator. Look at that. So you can make your own battles. Overwatch. Interesting. All right, so here we go. We have the operation phase. Remove marker or marker removal phase. Remove all ops complete markers from the board. If a formation doesn't activate, it gives you the rule there and how to make sure it operates after that. So we're at the end of that phase. All right. Oh, here we go. Formation impulse. When a formation is activated, the following phases are complete in order. The unit formation, marker removal, check the command status, perform rallies, perform fire missions, and perform operations. Okay, there's what we needed right there. 3.4, boys. We're on it. All right. So all the ops complete markers go away. That's right at the end of the turn. None of the disruption markers go away, but let's explode the stack and repack it so they all stack up nice and neat. Here we go. All right, on to turn 5, boys. Here we go. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Who are we going to draw out first? Let's see. Oh, it's the end turn marker. Oh, my God. Shuffle some more. Here we go. Oh, the Germans get to go first. Oh, that could be a lifesaver right there. This tutorial scenario really set the Germans up in a bad position. They unloaded infantry out here in the middle. They have no defenses whatsoever. The Americans are all dug in with the buildings. They'll have at least some kind of defense. All right, so the phases. Unit formation marker removal. We don't have any. Check command status. Let's check and make sure everyone's within range. Range is 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, just barely. Right. So this guy's going to have to move up sometime. Right. He's going to have to move up sometime. Or if these guys advance any farther, they'll be out of command. But moving up against this AT gun is... He's going to have to try. He's going to have to try. Because otherwise the AT gun will just rip him apart. Because the AT gun has a range of 6 hexes. See that? 6 hexes. So they'll be shooting in normal range, and these guys up here on the hill will be shooting at long range because they can only shoot 4 hexes. These guys will stay disrupted though, so do they... They have 3 movement points, movement factors. 1, 2... But it's going to cost 2 to... well, let's see. How much does it cost for a foot unit to enter into a city building, or into a city X? This could be... movement costs. 1 for soft targets. 2 for... Oh, well. Hang on a second, boys and girls. It only costs 1... That's a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. So yeah, let's make sure we're doing the phases right before we get too over aggressive here. So, unit formation marker, yes. Check command radius, yes. Perform rallies, we don't have any. Okay, now fire missions, and then we do our operation. Okay, so fire missions first. Who's firing? Well, the Puma's going to fire. Let's put him on top. He's now in normal range. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can roll 2 dice and need 5s. These Pumas are not great against the Sherman. 2 for 5. The other option is for him to shoot over here at the soft target. I mean, if you can disrupt this, well, it's not going to matter if he disrupts him because, boy. It's a tough decision. That is a tough decision. If he attacks him and doesn't do anything, and then the infantry's got to move up. Yeah, he's got to try. He's got to try. So 2, need him 5s. He's got to go after that guy. And he's got to hope somehow, some way to do some damage. He needs 5s or higher. Okay, got a hit. Not that that's going to be great, but he did get a hit. So the American, yeah, the American guy, right? The American, 3 dice needs a 6. So he needs a 6 to resist that hit. He did not get it, so that disrupts him. That disrupts him. And he will get the old ops complete marker. That was actually probably the Germans are on the cusp of getting wiped off, but for some reason, all the lucky rolls have gone their way right now. Stacking in a hex. Let's see. What is stacking? What's the stacking limit? I think it's 1 plus a headquarters, right? Is that what it is? Counters. Yeah, okay. Units. Great. Headquarters do not count against stacking limitations. Okay. Let's go to the rules and see if it says anything for stacking. Really? The rules are not very long and not very complex, which is good. And once you play a few scenarios, you really get this down, and there's not a lot to have to worry about or get, have to be looking in the rule book every 2 minutes. Unfortunately, right now, we are not familiar enough with it, as again, this is a learning scenario. Stacking, right there, 2.9. Up to 2 combat units can stack in a hex. Stacking limitations are in play and apply at all times during the turn. Markers, wrecks, supports, weapons, and headquarter units do not count against stacking. Only 1 wreck marker is allowed per hex. So 2 combat units can stack in a hex. Woohoo! Not counting the headquarters because they don't count against stacking purposes. Alright, there we go. So, with that said, the rest of them are going to move now, right? I think we're going to try some close assaults. Ugh. I want to check one other rule before we decide, because I think not only do you have a long range shooting, you also have like extended reduced range. Yeah, all weapons have without an underlined range factor are more accurate when firing at reduced range. To indicate this, these units who hit number is reduced by 1, right? If it's within half range. So for example, what I'm worried about is if we just take this infantry and go 1, 2, 3 to try and assault these guys, right? The infantry unit has a range of 2. If we were at a range of 1, which is less than half of his range value, right? He would be in short range, and he would actually be 2 dice rolling 4s instead of... Alright, so we have to be careful of that. Alright, so the Germans are going to move. 1. Anybody want an opportunity fire? No. 2. Let's look up close assault first, really quickly, because that's what we're going to be doing, so we should probably know what we're doing. Assault, there we go. Assault units by moving into their hex and a maximum of 2 stacking units can enter an assault. Oh, do they have to go together though? And the result is instant. The attacking unit enters the defending hex. Each infantry that enters an enemy unit's hex to perform an assault must pay 1 extra movement factor to enter the... Okay, so good thing we checked, because they won't be able to do that, because it will cost them 1, 2, 3, 4, which they don't have. Now the question is, do they just keep going forward? 1. Well, alright. 1. Do we got to give the American an opportunity chance to see if he wants to opportunity fire? It would be long range, so he's going to decline. 2. And then 3. And these Germans have to get in some kind of cover here, or else they're going to be in big trouble. The American will then go... I'm assuming... If we look at this hex... The center dot is about there in the water. So... I'm not sure he can actually go into that hex, so he's going to have to go here. And now the infantry will take an attack of opportunity because he knows this will be the last unit that he'll be able to attack. And he doesn't think he's going to come any closer, so he will... I mean, it's at long range, but if he doesn't shoot now... If he doesn't shoot him right now, he can't shoot him. So you might think, oh, well, wait until he goes there, and then he can just shoot him. But that's not the way terrain works in this game. Terrain works in that it is considered a full hex thing. So if he was to shoot, it would go through that hex. In that case, it would be blocked. Unless it's going down the spine. If this unit was here and it was going down the spine edge, it's okay as long as one side is clear. So the American's got to shoot now or he won't be able to shoot him, so he's going to shoot. So let's just get that done and over with. Now to the headquarters. Is the headquarters going to... That's a good question. Opportunity fire. Does the headquarters get to add his bonus in? Right? That's a great question. Opportunity fire. Raid, conducting attacks. Let's see where opportunity fire might be. Opportunity fire. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Apply modifiers. Leadership. Yep. No, that's not headquarters, though. Determine if headquarters... No, it doesn't look like you get to determine line of sight, determine if it's AP or AT, determine the range, apply leadership, augmented fighter, reduced range, and extended range. Unit conducts attacks, so there is no headquarters bonus there. Alright, so, yep, he will shoot. Oh, where'd he go? There he is. 2 dice. He's going to need 6s, though. 2 dice needing 6s. Alright, well, let's give him a shot at it. Nope. Alright, so he will get the world famous Ops Complete marker. Let's put him on the bottom. He did nothing. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to go 3 right there. So now this, to keep everyone in command, he's got to move up into this area here, and this is going to get bad. This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. 1. And the American says, Oh, you're moving, you silly, silly boy. Oh, you silly, silly boy. Because I'm going to take my 3 dice, needing 4s, in a range of 6. So 3 dice. He does not get the leader bonus. Because again, he's opportunity firing. From what I read. Again. Let's see. Oh, get up in there. Hang on a minute. That doesn't count. Come here. Give me the button. There we go. There we go. Come on, give us a good roll. No, give me. There we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that's 2 hits. That's going to be a problem. That is going to be a big problem. The Puma only has 1 dice and it needs a 6. 1 dice and it needs a 6. And roll the 1. So it's going to take 2 hits, which is going to first hit will disrupt it. Second hit is going to flip it. Flip it. And now we got to check to see if the headquarters survives, right? Nope, it's not over there. I think it was only a 1 the headquarters doesn't survive, right? Ooh, it almost ended up on the 1, but it doesn't. So it ended up on a 2. So now that guy's ops complete as well. And since this guy's disrupted, I don't think he can go any farther. I think he's stuck right there. That's bad news. All right, the only thing the Germans can hope for is maybe we get the end turn marker. That would be super helpful. Let's see. Oh, he does get the end of the turn marker. Wow. So the Americans didn't get to go in this round, which is really their only saving grace. The last one in there is theirs. So, put all the things back in the thing. Oh, nope, that's not true. We got to take one of them out. There we go. And now the Allies get to keep that until his unit goes. So the turn can't end until at least the American gets to go. But ops complete, yes. I think that's it, right? Yep, that's it. If I'm doing that right, if I'm doing it wrong, I'm sure somebody let me know, but I'm pretty sure we're doing it okay. So if the Germans get to go again, they might live through this scenario. If they don't get to go again, if the Americans go first, I think the Germans are in a world of hurt. Because the Americans will get to try and rally all of its units. They'll get to shoot at this, and if they end up killing this thing, the headquarters automatically eliminated. That could be bad. And they would get to go, and maybe they can do. This guy can hit this guy, or maybe even hit the anti-tank weapon, which would be awesome. When they're barraged, you know, in the actual tutorial, the barrage, right, ended up disrupting that AT gun. That's what we did not get. We did not get that AT gun disrupted with our barrage, and this thing has just been murdering everybody. All right, so we got our 3 counters in here, 2 formations and 1 in turn. We got to move our turn marker down. There we go. All right, so here it is, the big draw. Let's shuffle this bad boy up. This is going to be a toughie. If the Germans can somehow get their token out first, they might stand a chance. But let's see. All right, here we go. Oh, it's the end turn marker. Well, we know the turn can't end, so it's a 50-50 shot. Who's coming out first? Is it the Americans or is it the Germans? Oh my gosh, here we go. 50-50, it's the Americans. Oh boy. Oh boy. So, they get to rally their units. We'll start down here at the bottom, 06. He needs a 6 or less on the dice. Oh, get out of the way so I can click the button. 6 or less. 4. Oh boy, he is rallied. Now we will go to 05. Oh, I don't like when they're in the way. There we go. So now I can click it and... Oh, he rolls 2. Wow. Not helpful if you're on the German side. Holy cow. They just ran up there and everybody's like, oh, hey, hello, guys. All right. Now, for the last disrupted unit. 4. All 3 of them made it. Unbelievable. Now the Germans are real... It's been a real pickle. A real pickle they're in. Alright, so let's make sure we go through the phases correctly again. That was on 3.8 or something like that, wasn't it? Yeah, 3.4. So, uniformation marker removal, check command status, perform rallies, and now the fire missions. Oh, nilly. I think all the Germans might be dead at the end of this turn. We will see. So, fire mission. The headquarters going to give us 2 dice. Yes. 2 dice to the AT gun. So they're going to get 5 dice, needing 4s. The 5 dice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 4s are higher. Wow. Oh, that is actually on this side, but they're calling that a 5. Look at that. So it's actually, you can see the numbers down here. It's a 1, 1, 2, 5, 6. Down here in the chat bubble down here. I do have it turned way down so you guys don't have to see that. But it's on the edge, but they're counting that as a 5. There we go. Now it's a 5. 1, 1, 2, 5, 6. It was a 5 anyways. All right, so that's 2 hits. And that's gonna be trouble. That's gonna automatically remove the Puma because the Puma only has 1 dice to resist. And he needs a 6. And he did not get it. And so he is going to be eliminated because he will be flipped over again. And there is no more flipping for him. And since he's eliminated, the headquarters is being eliminated. That can't be good. That can't be good for the old Germans if the headquarter and a Puma got eliminated. Alright, so this infantry unit, 1, 2, 3, 4, they cannot reach anybody. They can't see anybody. So they can't do, well, they can't fire. They can move. Maybe they might move. So let's mark this guy with ops complete here. So this guy's ops complete. And then we have the infantry left to go. Alright. Headquarters gets to come back if and only if they have the same kind of unit that they are. still in the platoon. So this is one of these Autoflacker ABT4s. So this guy is still alive, so he would have a chance to come back. But if this guy's removed from the platoon, then he does not have a chance to come back. From what I remember reading. Now, I could be wrong, but it's been done before, but who knows. Anywho, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. The M4 is going to take it out right now. It's got 2 dice. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 dice at 5. Two dice at 5. See, he's got a hit, which is bad. Puma has, as we know... Wait, is that that is the Puma, right? Yes, it's the Puma. He has 1 dice at 6, which we know. Alright. He needs a 6, or he's going to become disrupted, and he becomes disrupted. Oops, just one of them, please. Thank you. So he becomes disrupted. He becomes ops complete. Okay. This infantry unit right here in 05. They're going to shoot at this top infantry unit. Again, he has a range of 2, but because this unit is less than or equal to half his range, which is 1, his 2 hit number goes down by 1, so he'll roll 2 dice needing 4s. Oh, he rolled 2 3s. Wow. Unbelievable. This guy will also shoot at the top unit. Same thing. Nope, get him out of the way so I can click the button. Wow, 2 hits. This unit is in the open, which I believe gives you nothing. Let's just double check that. Clear, no defensive bonus. Nope. Alright, yep. So this unit is going to take 2 hits. Which is going to nope, just the top guy. Eliminate the top guy. That guy is now ops complete. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't see the Germans winning this one. Nope, not at all. Not anymore, anyways. So... that's true. We could have tried to play smoke, but this is just a training scenario, so I didn't want to get too fancy with everything, but we could have tried to play smoke. We got to find out how to bring the dead headquarters back. Okay, replace eliminated headquarters, reduce side up during the subsequent marker removal phase in any hex that contains a friendly unit of the headquarters type and formation. If no unit of the headquarters type remains, the headquarter cannot be replaced. In that case, each unit in the eliminated headquarters formation will subsequently need to roll for activation during the check coming in stays. Okay, well, fortunately for them, whoops, this guy is only disrupted, so the headquarters will come back if they even get to activate. Alrighty, so the Americans now will move this infantry. He will go 1. He will stay right there. I think that's a good spot for him, actually. Okay, so that is the Americans. So now that the Americans got to move, or activate in this turn, you're going to take the turn marker that was theirs, and you're going to put it back in the bag. Which means the Germans might not even get to go this turn, and that would be, oh my god, that would be devastating. We're shuffling them up, though. We're going to find out. This will be a 50-50 chance that the Germans will get to go. Let's see. Nope. End of the turn. Wow. That's just brutal. That's just brutal. So it'll go down to turn number 3. All of these go away. That is brutal. Oof. Poor Germans. Alright, so now the Germans get a turn marker. Because they didn't get to go. So the turn cannot end until at least they get to go now. So we have 3 things in the bag. We have 1 unit that's disrupted. When does that headquarter come back is the question. Replace eliminating headquarters. Reduce side up during the subsequent marker removal phase. That's the impulse. Marker removal phase, huh? Just trying to see when that phase happens. So you got the operations phase, you got the removal, okay, marker removal phase, right, and then impulse. Perform rallies, perform fire missions, perform operations. All right. So yeah, at the turn. All right. So the headquarters will come back reduced into this hex here. Let's flip it. Okay, it's 2 versus 2, 4, 6. 2 versus 6. Not looking really good right now. All right, let's shuffle these up. There are people playing ASL and Tabletop Simulator. Are you making a statement or are you asking me? I would assume they are, yes. Alright, let's see who comes out first. Here we go. End turn marker. Well, we know the turn's not going to end. And if the Americans get to go again, that would just be like the icing on the cake. Oh no, at least the Germans get to do something. Alright, so command. Let's see if who's in command. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, he's in command, fortunately. This guy gets to rally, or attempt to rally. He needs a 7. And he gets the -1 for the headquarters to his dice roll. So he needs to roll an 8 or less to rally, because the headquarters... 8 or less. Come on. Only chance of survival. You can do it. Yes, he does it. So he is no longer... Do you like how I did that? I just slid that right out of there. That was cool. Alright. Oh! Frickety, frackety, frick. Well, this Puma right here, he's going to take a shot at this M4. He has a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice direct fire. Nobody's in the line of the way. He has 2 dice. He gets to add 1 for the headquarters. So he's 3 dice. He needs 5s. 3 dice. And he needs lots of hits is what he needs. He got 1 stinking hit. The American has 3 defensive dice. He needs a 6. Oh, Steve was asking? Yeah, that's what we're going to be trying here if we can get this tank knocked out. He did not resist it, so interesting enough, he will become disrupted. And he will get an ops complete. And that is all of their firing phase. Now this infantry is going to try to close assault this guy. Now, things are going to get interesting here. Because we have to find out what happens with that. Okay, the attacking unit each rolls a number of dice equal to their assault factors. Each dice rolled is equal to greater than their attack. Keep track of the hits, but don't apply them. The defender now counterattacks. Each dice rolled, blah, blah. The defenders are disrupted prior to when the attackers enter the hex. Their assault to a number for the counterattack is 6. All right, so they're automatically a 6. What are they normally? They would be a 4. So because they're disrupted, they're a 6. All right, so Germans 3 dice needing 4. All right, he got 2 hits. Now the Americans need 2 dice. They need 6s. Oh, wait a minute. I think Itarian Hobbyist is right. I think if infantry's close assaulting... infantry assaulting any amount of AFVs in a city town increase their assault factor by 1 and decrease their assault factor to its number by 1. All right, so we're going to re-roll them. So they get to increase their assault factor All right, so okay. All right, so let's relook at the Germans now. Where are they? Give me back. So 3 dice. They're going to go to 4 dice, needing 3s. 4 dice, needing 3s. Well, they still ended up with 2 hits, so didn't matter. Just barely, too. All right, and now the combat for the vehicle is, again, 2 dice needing 6s. He's got 0 hits. All right, so 2 hits on the vehicle, which, let's see, I believe that's going to kill it, but... Defender conducts their assault. Apply appropriate hits simultaneously. If the attacker loses, retreats. It's going to be eliminated because it's already disrupted. So both hits, one hit's going to flip it, and the other hit's going to take it out. So big assault by the Germans did some damage. And took out a unit. Well, at least they didn't go without a fight. So they're out of there. This guy's out of there. And this guy's out of there, though. And this guy's out of there. So the Germans have a big stack. Now this goes into the bag. Plunk. And so we could either have the end turn, which... Again, technically, right, they only have to take over this hex. So if this turn ends, right, this turn ends, and then next turn the Germans get to go first, they could technically get this hex. Capture any one bike hex within the town. So we'll have to look at capture, but I mean, if they take this hex, they just win then, right off the bat? Boom, done? Oh, now that would be crazy. Wouldn't that be crazy? So it might not be over as much as we thought it was, because the Americans still have a chance to draw their formation shit. But if they don't, and we draw the end turn, then we go to the next start of the next turn. And if we draw out the German one first, they could move into that hex. Oh my gosh. We're going to shuffle this bad boy up. I don't know. Let's take a look. Iturian Hobbyist is wondering, can they actually enter that hex by the bridge? Let's look at bridge. I don't see anything in there. I don't see anything there. Let's look at our rule book and see. Let's see if there's even a rule on bridge. Engineers, pioneers, and sappers bridge demolition. Yeah, I agree with you. I just don't think that that kind of detail would be in. I think this system is designed just to be quick and fast and play it, without having to worry about things like, can I cross into this? Each one of these hexes is probably, 250 meters or whatever, and so can they walk here and then climb up, to get on the bridge? I mean, everything's got to go that way for it to even count, right? We should be more worried about what they consider capture. Because according to this, it says capture anyone browse. So that does capture mean like you have to hold it until the end of the scenario? Or does capture just mean just get to the bridge and you win? Let's see. Let's see if there's anything on capturing. Section 13 is scenario details. Let's just see under scenario. Hex control. To control a hex such as a town or a bridge or whatever, a player must have a unit in the hex or have been the last player to pass a unit through the hex. I think all they have to do is get to one of those hexes and they had control of it. It doesn't say... It just says capture any one bridge hex within the town. I don't know. Like I said, it's not going to matter unless like three things have to happen. We have to draw the intern marker, then we have to put them all back in, and then we have to draw we have to draw the German one out first. If those things all don't happen, it's not going to matter because these guys will just, try to kill off those guys. So let's see. All right, here we go. Oh, yep, it's Americans. So they get to go. Okay, so, well. The only... I mean, it had to be like everything had to go their way. So the only firing they're going to do, well, the headquarters is going to add. We should have got rid of this. Sorry. At the end of last turn. The headquarters is going to have this guy fire 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to shoot 3 plus 2 is 5 dice, needing 4s. 5 dice, needing 4s. One hit. Wow. Now the Puma only has a defense of 6. He needs 1 dice and a 6. Can he resist that hit? He did. Holy cow. Holy cow, it's getting more dangerous for the Americans now. This guy will fire on this guy. So he's going to shoot 2 2 dice needing 4s because this guy is within his short range. 2 dice needing 4s. I got a hit. Now this guy is in a town, so he gets 2 dice. And a 5 or 6 will be a hit, a negated hit. Oh my gosh, he couldn't do it. Oops, I brought the wrong thing over. This should be a ops complete marker, not a disruption marker. But this guy will take that because he got a hit and couldn't resist it. Unbelievable. So now he is disrupted. And then this guy gets the ops complete marker. And then this guy's going to go 1, 2. And then this guy's going to go 1, 2. They will get their ops complete markers. And that will be that. Alright, so end of the turn. Oh wait, no, we're not to the end of the turn yet. We got to draw the last. Hey, now we're at the end of the turn. It goes in there, and there, and there, and there. Now it goes down to 2 turns left. Ops complete come off. Looks like that. All right, shuffle the bag and see who gets to go first. All right, here we go. And turn. And the Germans. Wow. If he can rally, he could try to assault this hex. Assume he kills that guy. Maybe. So he's within command range. He needs a 7 or less to rally. He's trying to rally, boys. Time to rally. You're surrounded, but rally. He rolled an 8. Nope. So he can't do anything. Okay, move across the river hex side. Well, nobody's going to fire for the Germans. I'm just trying to think, can these guys... I don't think they can go through the water, right? They're probably not going to be able to go through the water. That just... impassable. No. Movement cost, impassable. That's a Raker River. Unless there's a bridge on it, you can't cross it. Okay. Nobody's going to shoot because, yeah, so they're going to move. Again, I just don't, I don't think he can go into that hex. Because I think the water is considered in the whole hex. So he's going to have to go here for 1. And that's going to mean it's time for some opportunity fire, unfortunately. But it's only 3 dice. But he only needs, he only needs 3 too. Look at that. Because he's in short range now. His normal range is 6. He's only 3 X's away, which means he'll get 3 dice needing 3s. That's brutal. But I don't think this guy can move from here to here because of the water. So I think he's got to go there, and that's going to put him in range. Unfortunately for him, 3 dice and needing 3s. Ouch. Well, that unit's dead. Unless he rolls a 6, he'll be dead. Nope, 3 hits. So that's going to wipe both of those guys out. He had to try to maybe... The only thing I was thinking there, right? You know, if you're wondering why the hell would you do something so stupid, right? He's got to try and come up and maybe try to overrun these guys, or... He's got to get out of the range of that stupid thing, right? So he's got to move up. He's got to come up, maybe assault, maybe knock out one of these guys, get his buddy to rally, and then maybe one of them could jump on that hex over there, but just didn't happen, did it? And that's it for the Germans. End turn. Okay, well, we go down to turn number 1. There's still a slight chance. The Allies get that. There is still a slightest of slightest chances. Unless he can't rally because there's no headquarters in there anymore, which is a possibility. So each formation will subsequently need to roll for activation during the check command status phase. 342. Well, let's look at 342. All right. Check to determine the command status of all units of formation. Platoons with an assigned leader stacked with them are always in command. Blah, 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 blah. Check morale for each unit, not for individual units. If the morale pass, check. All unit hex are in command. Each unit that is in command rallies by units that are out of command add 1 to their morale check dice. Okay. All right, so this guy basically needs to roll a command. He needs to go first. He needs to have his command check. Then he needs to rally. Then he needs to assault this hex. Then he needs to kill this guy and survive in that hex, just for the Germans to have a possibility of a smoking chance to get this thing done. All right. We should have... who? The Allies didn't get to go? Right, okay. So, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle... Draw. Oh, it's the Americans. It is over. Because they are fire. Let's see. So this guy will fire. That's going to be 2 dice needing 4s. That'll be 2 hits. This guy will have to resist 2 hits. He resisted neither of them, and that will eliminate him. 2 hits will flip him and kill him. So that is that. All the Germans have been defeated as they try to assault Saint Pierre-Long-Revere as the Americans fight them off. I think it was set up that way by that the tutorial, the way they had you. Well, I mean, they're trying to teach you how to do things like, you know, unload your infantry units. I mean, obviously, unloading your infantry units out here in the middle of the open, probably not the smartest thing in the world. Probably not the smartest thing in the world. But there you go. That is Nations at War. This happens to be White Star Rising. This will be West Front action. Americans and Germans and all kinds of fun stuff going at it there on the East Front. Or, I'm sorry, in the West Front. But that's that. Wow. Yeah, I have to look and see what the definition of control is. You know, if they were somehow able to assault that hex, kill that unit off, right? And they have control in this hex, does that mean they win the scenario just because it says capture one? Capture and control are probably 2 different things, though. But I don't see capture in the rule book. Let's look at capture in the table of contents. And capture, yeah, capture's not there. So I guess we just have to figure out what the definition of capture is. There is no control either. So yeah, I don't. If he was able to do that, would the Germans win that scenario? You know, let's say the Americans then assault these guys and take back over. Does the Germans still win the scenario? I think it's set up to do that, to be honest, just from reading this. Capture any one bridgehead. So I think it's just trying to tell the German, just go towards those bridge hexes and don't worry about anything. I think, you know, that's the way they want you to play this game, fast and furious and just, you know, not having to look up rules and everything. So I have a copy of the rules, but I just didn't figure like wanting to ring them up. And let me see here. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find them here. Nope, that's not the right folder. Nations at War, core rules. So if I go file, find, and I type in capture, and I hit enter, it says to win, capture more of your objectives than your opponent by the end of the last turn. Capture your objective and keep your opponent from capturing their objective. For each side, capture their objectives to determine the winner by the number of units points posted. Next. Where was that? That was on like some weird... Oh, that's like in the how to set up a scenario type thing. Yeah, I don't know. I just, yeah, it's, it's just a learning scenario or teaching scenario, but still pretty darn good. I like the look of the counters. Again, I think the game just, you play a couple scenarios. The rules are not super complex. It's just meant to be, I guess, kind of fun and quick-ish. There is some strategy. We actually talked a lot of strategy for this. I'm more of a tactical guy, and I use some of my tactical training in this, which still seems to be apropos to being able to complete your missions and stuff. Getting out of line of sight of enemies. This very deadly 76 millimeter, because it didn't become disrupted with our artillery barrage. That's a lot of damage against our soft armor units. These units here. 1 armor, and the Pumas were 1 armor too. And the tank, 3 armor. What? It's crazy. Anywho, yeah, I thought some people might learn or might like to see the flow of the game and how things play and how you can use it in Tabletop Simulator. And I figured, since I was doing it myself, we might as well have you guys come along for the ride. So there you go. Lock and Load Publishing. White Star Rising, part of the Nations at War series. Be sure to check it out if you're interested. And hopefully we'll be able to get you some more action there. And hopefully we'll do better next time. That's all I can say. So thanks, guys, for showing up. Iturian Hobbyist, thank you so much for coming out. Steve, and Thorough4, and Tony, and Arnold. And as I zoom up and down here, it just zooms in my camera over there too. And Viper Dave and Steeler Fan, everyone that came by, I appreciate it, guys. That's a look. White Star Rising. We'll see you all next time. Until then, have a good night, guys, and we'll see you guys soon.